Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Let's Mod Warframe. Today we're going to be taking a look at a weapon that's pretty much the cornerstone of Warframe. One that appears in every single shot of its caliber and has been in the game since the beginning. The MK-1 Braton. The MK-1 Braton is one of the 3 weapons that can be obtained during the Warframe tutorial mission, and has been one of the starter weapons ever since the game went into closed beta. But the question is whether this weapon is actually any good beyond the starter level weapon status it has, and whether it can be taken further and become a pretty reasonable weapon later on in the game. Now, the MK-1 Braton doesn't have by any means one of the highest base damages around, with it easily being one of the lowest quarter of the weapons in the game at just 18 damage a shot, with the majority of it coming in the form of slash. However, the low base damage, much like the Grakata, can be misleading and make it look like the weapon's incapable of doing decent damage and taking down higher level enemies. However, when you do look deeper at this weapon, it has a very good magazine size, amazing accuracy and a reasonable fire rate. Now what this means is that some of the higher damaging weapons might have more base damage, but cannot apply it to the target anywhere near as well as the MK-1 Braton does, especially since due to the decent accuracy you can really aim for headshots with this weapon, further increasing the damage done by it. Now there are a couple of disadvantages to this weapon however. Firstly, because the magazine count is so high and the damage isn't the best, you can run into ammo problems on longer missions, especially at higher level. Also, the fact that this has almost no critical chance or status chance whatsoever, it really limits the builds you can put on the weapon, especially since the majority of the weapons with low base damage have something special about them, such as the Grakata with its critical chance and its status chance, something which the MK-1 Braton does not have the luxury of. Okay, so let's start to mod the MK-1 Braton. We're going to start with the 3 mods that are going to be the same on each of the builds. We've got Serration, Split Chamber and Shred to increase fire rate and also for the punch through of the weapon. But the thing that is going to be different on each of the builds is the elemental combo. Now for the Grineer build we're going with Hellfire and Stormbringer to bring up radiation for the heavier Grineer units like your Bombards and your Napalms. We're going to go with Stormbringer and Cryo rounds on the Corpus build to go against the heavily shielded Corpus units. And against the Void units and a lot of the Ancients or the Infested units, we're going to go with Infected Clip and Stormbringer to bring up corrosive damage. Okay, and now on to my recommendation and whether I feel the MK-1 Braton is worth the investment of a potato into it, and whether it's worth taking it any further. My answer to that is absolutely yes, I would. When you get mixed up in the world of the overpowered weapons, the weapons that will take you the furthest, hit the hardest, it's very easy to forget how good some of the weapons that got you to that stage actually are. While running around with the best weapons in the game might help you get further and help you go longer, there's nothing more fun than going into a lobby full of people who are using their best weapons and best frames, trying their hardest, and out-damaging them with a weapon that a new player can start the game with immediately. Now the footage playing in the background is a Tower 2 Void. Now remember, this is a weapon you can start the game with in a Tower 2 Exterminate mission, doing more than enough damage to be killing efficiently. Now I know I have a max serration on the weapon, but it's not unrealistic that a newer player with a lower serration could do the same, as they can put on other mods to make up the mod points. Now on to the question of format, and do I feel that format is worth putting on this weapon? And yes, I really do feel it is worth the format. 3 or maybe 4 former on this weapon will turn it into an absolute beast, especially as you can also put on heavy caliber as well as shred to further boost the damage of the weapon. Plus you can fit another elemental combo onto the weapon, turning it from a starter weapon into a very decent late game option. So in essence, the MK-1 Braton is a starter weapon with enough teeth to deal with anything on the star chart and into Tower 2 Void missions. As always guys, many thanks for watching, please remember to leave a like and to subscribe, and I shall see you in the next episode.